Hello again, YouTube. This is Kayleen Strand coming back at you with the second half of today's Chinese ration double header. Menu 13, or no, type 13, menu 4. And I forgot to say that both of I typed the wrong year when I put the description in the first video. The production year is actually 2018 on the green one, and it's the same as this one, 2018. In this brown bag, the type 13 is a little bit bigger than a type 9 one. I don't know if they're all like that, or if it just happens to be the particular two that I picked out because I was trying to have somewhat similar menus. Again, this came from foreignmra.com, and as I did before, I'm going to open this from across the top instead of using the tear notches that are right there, because it just makes for easier disposal of the trash, because I put all the trash back in it when I'm done. So the first thing that comes off is the same type of setup as before with the type 9, and the spoon and napkin and the sauce came out at the same time. The ration heater bag is already inside this this outer bag, and then the main entree is inside of the heater bag itself. So all you have to do is open up the top, put the water in, close it up, and let this thing launch like a rocket. And I have no doubt that this one will launch like a rocket too, just like the other one did. So this one is the main entree. And here is, this feels like it's like a pickled vegetable. There is a second heater bag. So there are two larger components in here. So this is a bag for, this is a water measuring bag just like the other one. And it seems to have about the same amount of capacity. And this one is a drink, but it's in a larger pouch instead of a smaller one. Since there are two of these main components, or basically just two larger items that are going to be heated, going to try to get both of these going at once. There goes the first one. A little too much water, but that's why I do it over this thing. That way I can catch it and I don't lose any of that water. And this first one, I haven't even saturated it, and it's hard to start to take off. There's steam coming off of there. And this one's already starting to take off. So I think what I'm going to do, since there really isn't all that much to do other than wait for these things to finish doing their thing. I'm actually giving this one a little bit of a shake to try to make sure it's saturated, since I didn't get to do that. I think what I will do is I will wait until these are done, and then I will go ahead and open this up, and I'll mix the drink, since that's pretty much all there is to do. So I'll be back in a bit. Welcome back. This is Kaylin coming back at you with the remainder of this ration review. Another thing I noticed, remember in the lunch ration, the green one, the type 9, there was a dessert. Now this does not feel like a dessert. This feels like it could be a pickled item. So I will go ahead and open it. I am using the foreignemery.com spork. It is definitely a pickled item. It almost looks like pickle relish. What we know here in the States is pickle relish, which is basically very finely chopped pickle chunks that have been seasoned, just like other pickles, but it's in a form that you can either squeeze out of a bottle or you scoop out with a spoon onto something like a burger or a hot dog. But this looks a lot like that, but only it does not have the sweet scent that a pickle relish usually does. This drink mix does not have a tear notch, so I'm just going to cut it open like I did before. No instructions on how much water to add, so I'm just going to wing it. Looks about the same color as the drink I had for lunch. And that takes up the rest of the water that was in my bottle. that same yellow color. These things are still kicking. There's still steam coming off of there. Second tear notch. I'm going to go ahead and make use of that because it's just very difficult to get it out of the bag because it's so hot. Tear notch on this is actually down below the level of the food. Or almost. That is one of them. I'll move that drink so you can see how big this mass is. off camera, I'm just wiping the residue off of the pouches that the heater elements have. So no dessert in this one, which is, like I said, is one of the differences between the Type 9 that I had and this Type 13. These are going to overlap a little bit, but that's the space that these will take up on my tray. So I'll turn it this way so you can get a better idea. This one has corn and looks like carrot. And this one has beef. I think this one is chicken. So there should be some chicken in here. This is like a sticky rice. No sauce with this, unlike the one that I have for lunch. So there is a bit of the chicken. I'll go ahead and give it a taste. That is definitely sticky rice. Now this one here, the beef has peas, but the rice is just as dense. It looks like just maybe a little bit of carrot. Or that was a piece of carrot that migrated over from the rice with chicken. No, there's another piece of carrot. This one with the beef, I can taste a little bit of salt, but yet the one with the chicken has a little bit more flavor. It's got a few more flavors going on there. Now I'm going to give this pickle a bit of a try. Almost tastes like a pickled greens. Very, very small pieces. Almost like a dill pickle brine, but without as much of the pickling spice in it. but I like it. I'll see if this drink tastes just like the other one. It does. Same flavor. I think they must like to use this particular flavor in a lot of their menus. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just happen to get the same flavor in both of these. How I managed to get that, I don't know, but it just came out that way. So there it is, all the trash tucked into the bag. And this has been the Chinese Army Type 13 menu for chicken and rice and beef and rice. And I do apologize for the banner ad on my earlier video. I had to use a Filmora free version, which puts that annoying banner right where you don't want it, because my open shot killed my computer and restarted it. So I uninstalled that. I downloaded it, a fresh copy. This is a slightly different version, so I'm going to give that open shot a try when I splice these two segments together. So hopefully that will solve my problem. Then again, it could also be that I only have 8 gigs of RAM in my computer and I need 16 at least. So as soon as I can get some more money, it's going to cost me a bundle to get as much RAM as I would like to have, but I got my eye on a single 16 gig RAM chip that will go in my computer, so I'm hoping that will take care of the problem, so I would have more than enough to get me by. So if I'm able to have both of those RAM sticks in there, because that will depend on what it looks like when I open it up. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this up. I will finish my double entree Chinese supper, and again, check out foreignmre.com and their YouTube channel. Links will be below. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.